Okay, at the end of every summer, a new herd of students begin their first days of their college experience. Like sheep gone to pasture, the majority of students fall into the giant hole of student debt. Today, it's simply a fact that college is more expensive than ever before. And at the same time, the college experience is providing the lowest dividends in job opportunity and salary potential. Take into consideration the ripple effect of one's personal life, such as raising a family, buying a home. You have a system that's simply broken. To discuss this cancer on society, from the Kingdom Institute, we welcome Asher Gibbons. Welcome to the show, Asher. I appreciate you joining us today.
Thanks, Molly. It's nice to be on.
A new tone has risen when it comes to the discussion of college. Instead of being an automatic, students are starting to rethink the purpose of investing into a college education.
Absolutely, Molly, and it's perhaps one of the smartest decisions that young adults can make. With more than $1.5 trillion in total student debt, the average graduate will owe nearly $32,000.
Unbelievable. And what do they get in return for such an investment?
Where to begin? Fresh from high school, these colleges act like pimped out pedophiles, seducing these young adults with promises of a brighter tomorrow.
That's just the problem. The days following college are not brighter for a growing number of students.
Exactly. We have now nearly 20 years of data that shows that the great college experiment is probably one of the biggest lies ever told.
Well, maybe that's a bit harsh, Asher. Colleges have done good in giving society doctors, and a lot of scientific research has been conducted at the university level.
True, you're right, for some, but not for a majority of students.
What do you mean?
For every graduate who has a job or career but not in the field of their study, the system, it's failed.
So you're questioning, how does the education qualify them for the job if they're not in fact using what they went to school for?
Exactly.
It shows employers that the individual can commit to something and finish it, as would be expected in the workplace.
Okay, so people can demonstrate that by participating in the armed forces or even working for the same employer for several years. Molly, this is nothing more than legal discrimination.
Oh, that's rather bold. There's laws to prohibit discrimination.
Telling someone that they're too qualified for a job, it's no different than saying that you're too black or underqualified or too white. Molly, let me ask you, what race makes up a majority of the college admissions?
White students.
And politically speaking, who is undeniably entrenched into the college administration?
Progressive Democrats.
Who statistically opposed the civil rights movement of the 1960s?
Democrats.
Finally, when did this mentality of the college education become more mainstream?
The 1970s, after the civil rights movement? Okay, let's stop right there. We'll let the viewers comment on that realization. I'd like to bring us back to the present. We have a debt crisis that could easily collapse the college system, ripping into our economy.
Sure, no problem, you're right, and sadly, it's already begun.
What do you mean?
First, you have colleges who have extended frivolous liberal arts degrees that have nothing to prepare the individual.
You mean like journalism or women's studies?
One could say that colleges have committed a level of fraud by offering these degrees that support absolutely zero job placement. So now said graduate is employed without the increase in wages because the job doesn't require their academic skill set. For example, nearly every graduate who still works in big box.
Okay, so their gratification is delayed a little bit.
Well, Molly, not just a little bit, it's more like a decade or more. The idea of an adult enjoying life with a relationship, a marriage, a home, a car is being pushed out and in turn losing value. The American dream, it's not being realized.
So how do we reverse this course we're on?
It's already begun. The Gen Z generation needs to stop and think and ask questions.
Is making college education free the solution?
Absolutely not. It will devalue the experience that much more. Besides, if what people want is free education, there's plenty of that on YouTube. There's a lot of creators contributing some amazing work.
I think you're onto something, but I'm afraid I will have to invite you back to discuss the whole supply and demand aspect of continuing education.
I'd be happy to, Molly, and there lies the solution. I hope to be back soon.
Thank you, Asher. So, we wrap today's episode with a few questions for you. Can you relate to our discussion? In hindsight, would you do it differently, or are you reaping the rewards of the college education? Perhaps some of you don't agree with what was discussed. I'd appreciate hearing from you. But in any case, I hope you stop and think about it. Remember to like and share this video. Subscribe if you haven't already, and thank you for watching.